Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda. I have a check-in for the books that I read from the May Mysteries video. So if you missed the intro to this, I decided that I would read these books that were coming out in the month of May. And here's how it went. I'm about halfway through with one of the books and we need to do an update, like a check-in. First of all, I said no to this book because it does not come in audio. And I would like to be the kind of person that just sits down and reads a physical book or an ebook. And that's not who I am. I will do that, but it takes me a really long time to finish them. So I don't read them quickly when I do it like that. I mean, I would like to be the type of person that cleans my house every day and that goes to the gym every day or works out every day or cooks every day. That's just not me. But I'd like to, but I'm not. And so I need to just let that go. So I said no to the book that did not have audio. The other two books, however, are listed on my Libby app. One of them, Between Two Strangers, I was able to get immediately. The other one doesn't come out yet. So once it's released, it says my library should be getting a copy of it. So hopefully I can grab that then. So I am halfway through Between Two Strangers. I love this. I've not read anything by her. So far, this is looking like it's going to be a 5-star read. However, if you don't like dual timeline, this is not for you. We have a now and we have a then. And in the then timeline, we are following our main character. She's the only one we ever follow. But she went to a party. She took her sister. And her sister is gone. Like, I don't know where she is. I don't know if they found her body and she's dead. I don't know if she's completely missing. But at some point in the then section of the timeline, something happened with her sister. In the now section of the timeline, she got a call from a lawyer saying that she had been left a certain amount of money from a man named Christopher. And she was like, I don't know this person at all. So she even looked at a picture online. She's like, he's not even that familiar. Well, she looked at a picture of him. He has a nickname, first of all. And the lawyer said his nickname. And she was like, wait a minute. Can I see a picture of him from like 10 years ago? So the weekend that her sister happened, whatever happened with her sister, was also the weekend that she met this man and had a one-night stand. And now, over 10 years later, she's getting an inheritance from him. His wife is real mad about it. And she is trying to say that our main character is extorting her husband, or was, and convinced him to leave her this money. She, our main character, has not had any contact with this man since that one night stand. She didn't even know his last name. She didn't think that he knew her last name, but clearly he did. He did, because he left her this money. So, in the now, we're trying to solve this thing of who was Christopher and why did he leave her this money. Oh, and also, somebody has broken into her apartment and they're trying to break into her art studio. Then we have the then, where her sister has gone missing. So I'm 50% of the way in. I am suspicious of a new person who has joined her life. I can't help but be. I mean, part of me wants to not be. I want it to work out. I just realized that my windows are open over here and it's making it real dark on this side. So I'm apologizing for my two-face. But I wanted to come talk about this book. And it's beautiful outside, so I wanted to leave my windows open. Anyway, I am going to finish reading it, and I'll check back in with you when I'm done. But so far, this is looking like a 5-star read, a definite hit for my first May mystery book. So, I finished Between Two Strangers. I thought this was a really good mystery. It's definitely dual timeline. If that's not something that you like, just pass on this one. I got all the answers that I wanted to get. I thought that it wrapped up so nicely. I enjoyed the pacing. I feel like I have not been reading mysteries for years and years. So I don't have like a ton of mystery understanding, and maybe there was something wrong with it, but for me, it was great. I liked, like I said, the way the then and the now kind of came together. And I said in the earlier part that his wife was kind of contesting, the man who died, his wife was kind of contesting the issue, the inheritance, I guess, that was left for her. But her mom, his mom, had met with her and just said, take the money and run. Like, I hope you made him happy. because his mom thought that they were having an ongoing affair. And she was like, I literally have not spoken to him in 12 years. And then more information comes to light, and we find out how he knew her. He did not know her. How he knew who she was when he was getting ready to die, and he put her name on there because she said they didn't even exchange last names, right? So how did he know who she was years later in order to be able to leave her the money? And we found out just everything. I said also that I didn't know what happened to her sister. I didn't know if she was still missing, if they found a body, whatever. That all is wrapped up as well. We find out what happened there, and we find out what potentially it has to do with other things that are going on in her life right then, all the break-ins and all of that stuff. So anyway, I thought it was so well done. To me, it was the perfect mystery, and it didn't end in like a happily ever after. I mean, it starts out because somebody has been killed, and we're dealing with his family members. He hasn't been killed. He died of cancer, but we're dealing with somebody who died and his family members and kind of what all of that is doing to him. And at the same time, this potential stranger who apparently meant a lot to him or was important to him in some way. So I'll be back to update you as soon as I get Sing Her Down. I'll probably jump in when I'm about halfway done, but I'm loving this new release mystery so far. Very good. I literally pushed record and said something into the mic, and he jumped up on me and started whining. So Django says hi. Now I picked 3 books to read for this mystery in May, for May's Mysteries. The first one was Adrift, and I could not find it on audio, so I said no. I passed on it. The second one was Between Two Strangers, which you just heard me talk about. And the last one was Sing Her Down. So when this came out on audio, I had it reserved at my library, so I got it really quickly. And so I started listening to it, and I listened to about 30% of it, and I was just like, this is not my kind of mystery and not my kind of book. Like, I don't know what it was about it, but it was not a mystery in the way that I like mysteries. And I have not ever sat down and like gone through the type of mysteries that I like. Like, there are things that I know I like. I know I like the procedural, the drama kind for sure, because I love the J.D. Robb In Death series and a bunch of other ones like that. So I know that I like those kind of mysteries. And then there are those mysteries like Between Two Strangers that I just finished, and I really liked that and how that was. So I'm still like working my way through the sub-genres or the tropes that are in mystery to determine exactly what it is that I like. And maybe I'll have more thoughts on that down the road as we get further along. But I just decided to DNF this one. I have so many books that I want to read. I got this from the library, and there were other people still waiting in line for it. So I just went ahead and let them go in front of me or have the book from me. And so, unfortunately, I don't know that May was out of the 3 books that I had planned to read, I only read one of them. I mean, I did like the one I read, but I only finished that one. So, I don't know. And also, if you saw the original May Mysteries video, I had a clip stuck on the end of it and I didn't realize. So I said bye and I put the end screen up, and then like 10 minutes later, there was another little clip on there, and that's so weird. So I was watching it later, like after it was uploaded. I always watch them a couple of days later, which I should watch them immediately. And I was like, oh, and I was doing something else as it was playing, so I didn't even notice when it shut off. And then all of a sudden, I started talking again, and I was like, wait, what is that? And so, anyway, if you saw that, I'm sorry. I am re-releasing it today just so I have it on the channel, but it's the original version of it today. And then my thoughts on how the month wrapped up in the mysteries. So, those are my 3. I'm going to talk about the June mysteries now. So in May, there were 3. I narrowed it down and picked 3. In June, there are 5. So hopefully I can find all of these on audio, since that was one of my problems. And hopefully they're my kind of mysteries that I really like. So let me tell you the ones that I picked. I'm going to tell you in the order that they're being released. Okay, so I picked The Puzzle Master. This one just sounds really cool to me. Okay, this mystery is listed as a suspenseful thriller, but it says reality and the supernatural collide when an expert puzzle maker is thrust into an ancient mystery, one with explosive consequences for the fate of humanity. I love the cover, and I also love puzzles. And so this just sounded so good to me, and so it's going on my June list. We'll see what I think about it. Okay, the next book is called Speak of the Devil, and first of all, I hate birds, and you see the cover of this book, so I wanted to immediately be like, nope, I'm not reading that. But it says, 7 women stand in shock in a seedy hotel room. A man's severed head sits in the center of the floor. Each of the women has a very good reason to have done it, yet each swears she did not. In order to protect each other, they must figure out who is responsible, all while staying one step ahead of the police. That sounds like so much fun. So that one is definitely one that I really hope I have the audio for, because I'm excited to read that one. Then we have 2 coming out on June 20th. The first one is 0 Days. This is a Ruth Ware. I picked it because it's Ruth Ware. It's an adrenaline-fueled thriller that combines Mr. and Mrs. Smith with The Fugitive, about a woman in a race against time to clear her name and find her husband's murderer. That sounds really good, too. And then there's a Riley Sager called The Only One Left. At 17, Lenora Hope hung her sister with a rope, like it's a little rhymey thing. Now reduced to a schoolyard chant, the Hope family murder shocked the Maine coast one bloody night in 1929. While most people assume 17-year-old Lenora was responsible, the police were never able to prove it. Other than her denial after the killings, she has never spoken publicly about that night, nor has she set foot outside Hope's Inn, the cliffside mansion where the massacre occurred. Now, it's 1983, and home health aide Kit McDear arrives at the decaying Hope's Inn to care for Lenora after her previous nurse fled in the middle of the night. Wow. I've not read any Riley Sager, and I've heard mixed things, both good and bad, about the books that came before this. So it sounds fantastic. So I am definitely in. This one is going to scare me. I can already tell it's going to scare me. And then we're going to end the month with a new release called A Most Agreeable Murder. When a wealthy bachelor drops dead at a ball, a young lady takes on the decidedly improper role of detective in this action-packed debut comedy of manners and murder. This will definitely be a good one to end the month on, especially if Riley Sager scares me. I will have this one to make me feel better. So those are the ones that I have picked for June. I will be back at the end of June, or after I finish reading the last book in this series, or in this group, to tell you what I thought about all of them. Hopefully June's mysteries go better than May's mysteries did, but I will see you then. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have read, or if you're planning to read any of these June books. Let me know what you thought about my May books, and I will just see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.